Hello my dear children, welcome back to my channel Happy Learning Mathematics. So today we are going to learn the lesson probability, which is your 24th chapter. So under this lesson you will be able to identify random experiments. So what are the random experiments? And then you will learn about the sample space of those random experiments. The next topic will be the equally likely outcomes of a random experiment, and then to write the probability of an event. So these are the things you will be learning in this lesson. So let's move on to the lesson now. So now let's look into the topics. What are random experiments? Okay. So have you played a board game before? So you all might have, right? Where you have used something like this. What is this called? So it is a cubic dice. Am I right? So we used to call this, it's a regular cubic dice. So instead of the word regular, okay, we are going to use the term called unbiased. Okay, so some do get confused with this term unbiased, so that's why I am explaining this. Okay, so this is known as an unbiased cubic die. So what are the possible outcomes when you roll this die? So you might get any numbers from 1 to 6. Am I right? Will you get a number 7 or will you get a number 10? No, right? So you know all the possible outcomes when you make this experiment. So this is a random experiment. Okay. So the first thing is, when you roll an unbiased cubic dice, you know all the possible outcomes of that experiment. So this is one feature of a random experiment. Okay. And the second one. Okay, so I am rolling this dice. I am going to roll it for quite a number of times. So will you get any patterns of the numbers? That means, let's say I am going to roll this dice 5 times. Okay. So now I have rolled this dice 5 times and I have obtained the outcomes like this: 3, 1, 2, another 2, and then number 6. So yeah, can you predict, if I roll it for next time, can you predict the next number which I will get? No, right? So there is no certainty of the outcomes. So that is another feature. That means there is no certainty of the outcomes. Okay. And the third feature is going to be, so you cannot recognize a pattern of the outcomes. That is going to be a third feature. Cannot recognize the pattern of the outcomes. So that means you can get any number. So these are the features of a random experiment. So I am going to give you some examples which I have taken from your textbook. So when you will be able to understand what is a random experiment and what is not a random experiment. So I have extracted 2 exercises from your textbook. So let's check the first sentence. Checking whether a door opens when a key picked at random from bunch of 3 keys used. So they are going to try out a door whether it opens when you are choosing from bunch of 3 keys. So there is no certainty to it, right? Sometimes the first key itself can open the door, or it might be second or the third chance. So it is a random experiment. Right? Let's go to the second experiment. tossing a ball in the air and observe whether it falls on the ground. Now they are tossing a ball and they are going to observe whether it's falling to the ground. So now this is for sure, you can say it with certainty that it will definitely fall on the ground. Am I right? Whatever you toss, definitely it's going to come back to the ground. So this is not a random experiment. So now do you understand the difference of a random experiment and what is not a random experiment? So now we will move on to the next topic, which is equally likely outcomes. For this, I am going to explain it with two experiments. Okay. So these are the two experiments which I have written. So let's look into the first experiment. So this is rolling an unbiased cubic dice and recording the number obtained. So here we do have numbers 1 to 6 in here. So all the numbers which are here have equal chances. Am I right? Because all the numbers are there only for ones, right? Number 1 is there only for once. Number 6 is there only once. So that means the outcomes of this experiments have equally likely outcomes. Okay. Now let's look at the second experiment. Unbiased cubic dice with 4 faces painted red and 2 faces painted blue, and color of the turned up being recorded. So they are rolling this dice and they are going to record the color which is turned upwards. So what is happening here? We do have 4, so you know in a unbiased cubic dice we have 6 faces. Out of these 6 faces, 4 have been painted with red color, 2 have been painted with blue color. That means the chances of getting the red color is higher than the chances of getting blue color. Am I right? So these outcomes are not equally likely outcomes. Okay, this is not an equally likely outcomes, where this is an equally likely outcomes. So now you might be know the difference of what is an equally likely outcomes are. Okay, so they must have equal chances when you make an experiment. The next topic we are going to learn is about sample space. So what is a sample space? As you know, in a random experiment, all the possible outcomes can be written in a set. So the elements of possible outcomes in a set is known as a sample space. So in order to explain you that, I am going to take an experiment which I did before. That means I am going to roll an unbiased cubic die being rolled. Okay. So what are the possible outcomes of these experiments? Okay, you will get the numbers from 1 to 6. Am I right? So this being written in a set format is known as the sample space. So we denote the sample space with capital S. So this is the sample space of this particular experiment. So let's write another experiment. So tossing an unbiased coin. So a coin has 2 sides to it. Am I right? A head and a tail. Are there any other outcomes when you toss a coin? No, right? So these are the possible outcomes. So the outcomes should be written in a set format. So head and a tail, the letter denoted to indicate sample space is capital S. So this is what sample space is about. So now we can indicate the number of outcomes in this sample space in this format. So number of outcomes in this sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there are 6 outcomes in this particular event. And in the second one, number of outcomes in the sample space is 1 and 2. So this is how you indicate the number of outcomes. So I am going to use another example in order to explain how to write the sample space. So this is an experiment which is drawing a bead from a bag which contains 2 red beads and 3 yellow beads. So they are going to draw one bead out from that bag. So what are the possible outcomes here? So since we do have 2 red beads, we can indicate that as red 1, red 2 and 3 yellow beads, so that can be indicated as yellow 1, yellow 2 and yellow 3, and this should be written in a set form. Okay, did you all understand? So the number of outcomes in the sample space are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that's all under the topic sample space. So before moving on to the next topic, you should know the difference of what is an outcome and what is an event of an experiment. Okay, so I am going to take the experiment as rolling an unbiased cubic die. So you know, for this particular experiments, what are the possible outcomes? 1 to 6. Am I right? So now under this experiment, I am going to say what is the event of getting even numbers. So getting even numbers. So for the same experiment, I am giving another separate event as getting an even number. So how many even numbers are there? 2, 4 and 6 are the only even numbers in this specific experiment. So this is the difference between the outcomes and the event. So this is the outcome and this is the event. So it is actually a subset. Event is actually a subset of a particular experiment. So you should know the difference of these two in order to write the probability of an outcome and probability of the event. So now we have come to our very last topic of the lesson, which is to write the probability. Okay, so under this we are going to learn 2 different things. First is going to be to write the probability of an outcome. So here you must note that we are going to write the probability for equally likely outcomes only. Okay, so I am going to write an example for that. Now let's look into this example, rolling an unbiased cubic die and record the number obtained. So this is, for this we are going to write the probability. So this particular event has equally likely outcomes. Am I right? So the probability of that outcome is going to be 1 over the number of outcomes in the sample space. So what is the all possible outcomes? 1 to the numbers from 1 to 6. Am I right? So this is the sample space for this particular experiment. So the probability is going to be 1 over 6. Do you understand? So for example, let's say getting number 3. So for this particular outcome, so that means this is an outcome from this experiment. So the probability is there is only one number 3 in here. So 1 over the total number of elements in the sample space, which are 6. So this is how you write the probability of an outcome with equally likely outcomes experiment. Do you understand? So next we are going to look into how to write the probability of an event. Okay. So under the same experiment, I am going to write an event as getting an even number. So you know this is called an event, a subset of this experiment. Am I right? So how many even numbers do we have in this particular experiment? Okay. We do have numbers 2, 4 and 6. Okay. Am I right? And let's name this event as A. So we can name the event with any capital letter. So now let's write the probability for this particular event. So the probability of event A is number of elements in the event. So how many elements are there in this event? 1, 2, 3. So 3 even numbers are there. Am I right? So 3 over number of elements in the sample space. So which is 6. So 3 by 6. So this is how you write the probability of an event. So did you understand the difference of them? Okay. So this is the probability of an outcome with equally likely outcomes. This is the probability of an event. So I will be explaining an exercise from your textbook, so you will be able to understand it better. So now this is the question from your textbook. A card picked randomly from the cards numbered from 1 to 25. So there are 25 cards in it, containing the numbers from 1 to 25. So first question is, write the probability of drawing a card with number 8. So let's write the sample space first. So the all possible outcomes are from numbers 1 to 25. Am I right? So this is an outcome of it. So what is the and it has equally likely outcomes as well. Why? All the numbers have been marked only once. So the probability of that outcome is going to be 1 over the total number of outcomes in sample space, which are 25. So the answer is 1 over 25. So now let's look at the second question. Now the second question is to write the probability of drawing a card with a square number. Okay, so let's name this event as A. Okay, so this is an event, it's a subset of the experiment. Am I right? So what are the outcomes, elements in this particular event? Okay, so it is the square number. So what are the square numbers in between from the numbers 1 to 25? So 1 into 1 equals to 1. 1 is a square number. 2 times 2, 4. It's a square number. 3 times 3, 9. 4 times 4, 16. And 5 times 5, 25. So can you take 36? No, right? Because it is not there in this experiment. So these are the outcomes in this particular event. So now let's write the probability of this event. So how do you write that? So number of elements in the event divided by number of elements in the sample space. Okay. So probability of A is equals to, how do you write the probability of this event? The number of elements in the event, and below it's going to be the number of elements in the sample space. So the probability of the event A is going to be the number of elements in A divided by number of elements in the sample space. Okay, so how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 25. So now do you understand? So this is how you write the probability of an event. So that's all under this lesson, children. Hope you all did understand. So if you have any doubts, you can ask from the comment section. I am ready to clear your doubts as well. So see you in the next video. Have a nice day.